Yes, good afternoon, everyone in the audience, in the YouTube land watching this video. Um, you know, something was on my mind this morning and today, and I even talked about it, with someone who did not really want to go on a video or who really did not want to do a video, you know what I'm saying, about this situation because of, circumstances that I could respect. But, I'm going to just say this here. When Operation Exodus Mississippi was planning this Soul Liberation Day, which was just this past weekend on the 8th or Saturday of last weekend, it was some guy named who go by the name of Synergy who promised, you know what I'm saying, to come on the platform with us, with me and brother Taalik, Ibn'rad, to host this Soul Liberation Day to help kick off the promotion of Operation Exodus Mississippi. And he never showed up, period. Was nowhere to be found. And I feel like at least he could have got in contact with the brother and talked to the brother and told him he just wasn't going to be able to do it for whatever reason. I mean, he didn't even try to reach out or nothing. No one even spoke about it, and that just show how much, important he is to other people anyway. Now, this is the same character who got chewed out by Tommy Sotomayor, because he was making, numerous videos about Tommy Sotomayor. So Tommy Sotomayor got on there, and I seen part of the video. And Tony Sotomayor just went off on him, disrespected him, saying disrespectful things about his children. I mean, he just went off on the guy, and I mean, it's like the only person that got on social media and came to this guy's defense was none other than Taalik Ibn'rad of Reality Temple Ministries and Operation Exodus Mississippi. And it's like he defended this brother after all the abuse that this guy Synergy took from Tommy Sotomayor. And yet, he promised to come on our platform to help us do soul liberation celebration for this platform that we're on here at Operation Exodus Mississippi. And I mean, I just can't understand for nothing in the world why this guy didn't even contact the brother to even tell him, look, man, I just can't do this. Even if he gave a reason or not, I just can't do this. That'd have been more a brother with more integrity about himself. And I mean, I have to be honest, and I'm not a fan of Tommy Sotomayor, and no disrespect as of that way to Tommy Sotomayor, But I have to say this. Maybe Tommy Sotomayor was right in some cases of some of the things he said derogatorily about this guy in terms of his questionable manhood. Because, I mean, this brother was not even man enough, to come to the brother or to call a brother, to send a brother a text letter or something to let him know, look, I ain't gonna be able to do this. And yet, this guy's still making videos as of even yesterday, which I saw with my own two naked eyes. This guy's still making videos. So, I mean, it's like, what is pissing me off is that, here it is, brother went out his way to defend you on social media, knowing how much flack we get here at Operation Exodus, Mississippi, Reality Temple Ministries on Earth for our views and what we stand on, even to the point of people wanting to make threats to somebody on this platform. And I mean, this brother took those chances by going out his way defending this Negro. Like I say, who couldn't even, give a brother any kind of explanation as to why he did not show up or wasn't going to show up. And that's just, to me, that's just some punctified type stuff. I mean, it's just that simple. It's just some punctified stuff. I mean, and it's like, I'm at the point, this is one reason why I don't deal with people in the conscious community. And to be honest and truthful, I'm going to tell you this. Even though Christianity has destroyed us from the inception of slavery as a dark-skinned people who are dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America, but at least I would have to say I've come to find over the years in my dealings with our people that among the Christian community, far as dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America, I've come to find that some of them are more, in a lot of cases, honest than those so-called pro-blackity-black conscious ones, who claim to have the truth, who claim to have the keys to freedom and total liberation for our people for once and for all from this over 400-year hell of, slavery and oppression and lynching and stuff in this country. But yet, they can't even hold up to their own word. We got one just like this Afrocentric guy who can't even hold up to his own word as a man, or even be bound to stand on what he claimed to believe. That's not true brotherhood in no way or sense. And can't nobody tell me that it is. It's no excuse for that. We depended on this brother to come on the show live with us so that he could give us his analysis about what's going on in the continent of present-day Africa, since so many of you who are in the pro-black community that claim Afrocentric or Kemetic teachings and all this other stuff, and who claim to be Pan-Africanists, and this brother was supposed to got on there to talk about what's going on that continent For those of you with inquiring minds, or who know or don't know about what's going on the continent, since so many of you claim to love Africa so much, but yet won't make any type of legitimate effort to go over there to make a permanent place for either yourselves or your children or later generations to come behind you. And see, this is what I'm talking about. You know, this is fake. Still, it all goes back to the same fakery. And this is why, like I say in the title, I can't rock with black consciousness. I just can't. And those of you who even disagree with what I'm saying in the pro-black African or Pan-African community or whatever, that's y'all prerogative. Y'all have a right to that. But I know why I stand at, because I deal with facts. You know, and you know, I mean, there's a lot of y'all, you know, who even is getting to the point of calling our platform fake for the Operation Mississippi campaign. But tell me this, what have you done or what you're doing to show and improve that you can outdo Operation Exodus Mississippi? Tell me that. Show me that. And show and improve, not by words, but by action. Because all this little, you know, tiddly bit stuff that y'all talking about, you know, far as owning businesses, reparations, you know, getting a school, building a hospital for black people, opening up a bank for black people and all this crap. You know, that's tiddly bit stuff. And then one of them things truly is not reality. First of all, reparations ain't gonna never be given to us by over 400 year slave master oppressor. We can forget that. If they was gonna give it to us, they'd have gave it to us when they promised us those 40 acres and a mule. Okay? Let's not get that twisted or bent. And for those of you that believe different than that or think otherwise, well, I say this, keep thinking on. And for the next 100 years and the next 100 years after that, you could keep thinking on. Because them Caucasians is not going to give us no damn reparations. Simple as that. It will be an actual revolt, unrest in this country before they give a bunch of 44 plus 70 some million Negroes reparations. And that's just a fact. You know, you see today how these white folks is trying to wage this reverse racism campaign against black people in this country because of affirmative action and civil rights that our ancestors in the 60s, you know, lost their lives over and had to suffer over just for us to obtain the little few gains we obtained from that. Now you got these white folks talking about reverse racism, even to the point, like I said, of establishing far-right wing groups in this country, which has always been. Now that's even going around attacking black people. So do you actually think that they just gonna sit back and say, well, let them niggas have the reparations? Well, let me tell you something, my fellow descendants of slaves born in America. or my fellow dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America, rather to say that you wishing on a pipe dream. You are wishing on a pipe dream. It's just that simple. You're wishing. I mean, you got too many entities against that. How about this? You got entities also coming from the angle of black politicians, even those blacks in the Christian community, like your pastors and preachers, and those also those who have sold out to the slave master. They will be even more of a worse opposition to that. You know, than you know, even a Caucasian would. This is why it's so important that we understand and realize that we are, with this attempt of Operation Exodus Mississippi, it's just so accurate and on time, you know, because of the fact that, oh yeah, peace and respect you also, brother Taalik. And you know, it's very accurate, and that's right, it's very accurate and on time. You know, because as a proven fact, no one has been able to bring anything to the table to refute that fact that I just stated. You know, all they can say is that it's a fake campaign and nothing else. They haven't brought nothing concretely to the table to prove that it is. And they ain't got nothing behind them to show that they can outdo this platform called Operation Exodus Mississippi. You know, so, yeah, right, yeah, you know, and it's crazy, you know, that's why I said what I said, Taalik, you know, yeah, that's real, yeah, all these Negroes running around here talking that crap about how fake, you know, this campaign is. I got you. Right. You know. But anyway, like I was saying, you know, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's really crazy because when you look at the whole situation, ain't nowhere in the so-called conscious community that we could see anything that has the ingredients that composes this ideal of Operation Exodus Mississippi that could lead our people to being totally liberated from this over 400 years of oppression for once and for all. And it's just that simple, you know. But anyway, back to my main point, these fakery idiots, like this Afrocentric guy, you know, and I mean, it's just crazy, you know, and I mean, it's like, this is why I can't rock with that black consciousness stuff, you know. And yes, brother, it does cover everything. Yes, Operation Exodus Mississippi most certainly does cover everything, including the tiddly bits I just mentioned, that these Negroes just seem to can't stop becoming dissected to, when they always talking about this other stuff that don't mean nothing or a hill of beans at the end of the day. When we need something big, like a state, to operate them type of platforms from. And that's why with this platform called Operation Exodus Mississippi, all that could be possible within our reach. And it will be almost definitely impossible for the Caucasian to even penetrate it at that point. Once it's set in place like that. You know. But we all want to be individualist organizations, individualist religions, individualist period, individualist this, that group, whatever you call yourself being a part of. And that way they come in and they're able to be successful in making their move on us, like they always have been able to. Yeah, you know. Right. Yeah. It's crazy. You know, it's really crazy. All this stuff as far as reparations ain't gonna do us a damn bit of nothing. And even if the slave master decide to give his ex-Negro slaves reparations, all we gonna do is get the money back. You know, all we gonna do is get the money back because we're so materialistic. You know, basically like my brother Omar Shabazz was saying in a video comment from earlier this morning, you know, we, you know, we so materialistic, you give each of us over $1 million some in reparations overnight, we will give it back to the slave master. So, you know, far as I'm concerned, personally and in generally, these reparation activists, they could miss me with that one, for real. And not, like I said, that's a pipe dream. That's just a simple pipe dream. Those who've even filed court cases dealing with this reparation thing haven't produced any results in terms of us getting reparations. So, I mean, and they know more about the legality of how to go about this thing than those who claim to be average reparation activists from the streets. Some of these people that file lawsuits or cases dealing with this know what they know. And nothing as a result has still came from that. See, you know, so like I said, at the end of the day, I just don't see us ever getting that. And it's just not gonna happen. It's been a proven fact over and over. You know. So hey, I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, we could you know, just shut the heck up talking about that, period, because it's just not reality. And like I said, as far as with this Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign, everything is on time with the ingredients of what's composed of this ideal. Like I said, there's been nobody that has been able to come with a rebuttal to refute anything that we've said from this platform regarding the ideal Operation Exodus Mississippi. You know, other than the little petty shots that they fire at us, that's not sufficient enough to prove that Operation Exodus Mississippi is fake. Okay, I'm gonna get that. Let's get that straight, you know. And also, like I said, at the end of the day, you know, you even got Caucasians who actually have came out and voiced their opinion in support of this. And I ain't just talking about Caucasians here in America. I'm talking about Caucasians as far as overseas in Europe have spoken on this in terms of support. They've actually supportingly spoken of Operation Exodus Mississippi. And if you can get Caucasians even from across overseas, you know, to acknowledge this platform called Operation Exodus Mississippi with that type of respect, why would so-called pro-blackity black conscious Negroes want to spend their energy and time trying to, you know, character assassinate, destroy it? Because that's all they trying to do when they be throwing these little shots at our platform. They're trying to character assassinately destroy it. And like they say, that's a nigga for you. You know, and that's why I don't care to deal with niggas. And like I said before, prior in another video recently, it's a difference between niggas and people of soul. And I just don't have time for it. You know. And also too, let me say this. You know, I want to point out something as well. You know, because you know, the thing about it is that I have been also speaking about the, you know, just in the event, assuming because niggas, you know, don't got the kind of integrity to come together on a common collective cause that will liberate us for once and for all from all this oppression we've been under for over 400 years, that in fact, if we get to the point where, you know, I got to lead this country, then so be it. You know, because our future, especially as dark-skinned descendants in America, is looking more bleak and more bleaker than ever. You know, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm one that keep up with the media. Okay, you know, you got these blackity black conscious, pro-black conscious or whatever, Kemetic, Nubian, Israelite, Nation Islam folks. I was talking about, well, you can't believe what the mainstream media say. You can't pay attention to what the new. Wait a minute, hold on. Well, last time I checked, far as us as a people being concerned, because I'm not too much concerned what goes on outside of that. Yeah, I read a little bit about the politics and different stuff, but I'm not too much concerned about what goes on outside of the sphere or what's happening with us as a people in this country, okay? But the last time I checked, you got white racist supremacists ganging up on our dark-skinned brothers, like they did this one recently in Oregon, out there on the West Coast. Okay, injured him, and you know, I don't know how bad his condition is still right now at this point, but it was a few days ago, you know, and you never know. We're in a position right now that all hell could break loose, especially when we are in fragile situations where we are vulnerable or even outnumbered. But the reality is that this is America. And it don't even really matter if we are in places where there's a lot of blacks at. Because the last time I checked, even in places that's considered as urban depositories, for better lack of term or words, like New York City, Philadelphia, Chicago, even Detroit, Miami, Atlanta. You know, you got them crackers, you know, who ain't got no problem, you know, rolling down on black people, attacking them, even to the point of killing them. This is where we're at. So even with me being here in Nebraska, or if I was in the state right across the line from here, like Wyoming or something, why I have to worry about that more, it don't make no difference geographically. This is America, period. And this stuff happens around America, period. So long as we're in the confines of America anyway, we can't escape it. But if we take control of a state like Mississippi, starting with Mississippi, things could be a lot different. We would be more unified. We would be more, things would just be more different. You know, because that's what this platform is about. It's not about taking over the country. It's not about taking even over a state. It's about creating a safe sanctuary. Just like them illegal immigrants, like the ones trying to get in this country right now from Honduras, they got sanctuary cities all over this country set up for them. So, you know, what better people deserve to have a safe sanctuary from any type of human oppression than dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America? So that's what that's all about. It's all about taking over the politics of the state of Mississippi. You know, and so we could use that to put in place to where we could control our own destiny, you know, and be free from the rest of this crazy racist oppression going around throughout the rest of America outside of Mississippi. That's what that's all about. You know, just that simple. And I mean, it seemed like even people that we've came closely in contact with on this platform and presented that idea with, I'm not saying all, but most or some, still finds a need or some excuse not to want to agree with that ideal or that fact. But hey, like I said, that's on them. You know, they can keep living under this oppression, living in fear, living under the threat, constant threat of white supremacy, racism, and oppression every day, even when they walk out their doors, risking losing their life. You know, this may be a different time, but it's the same game, just like it was when our people was getting lynched on a very consecutive basis years ago in the South. But this thing ain't changed. Only the time has changed. You know, and like I said before, we have to understand that we are in a very, you know, volatile situation that we can't keep playing with our liberation. You know, so those, you know, who feel like, you know, this won't work, you know, or even going to another country, if it have to come to that won't work, keep living in La La Land. And number one, I got a question, because there are a lot of people who speak out against going against another country, even when it comes to the so-called black man in America, who even brings up such an ideal. But I got a real serious question. those of you who speak very critical of that subject, period, are y'all able to even get passports to leave the country? See? Because, see, a lot of people have done a lot of crazy stuff in this country where they can't even get a passport to leave this country. So is it that what you saying is that you can't get a passport, so knowing you can't get a passport to leave this country, so you want to see everybody else like yourselves stay stuck and trapped in the belly of the whale? Is that what you saying? Because that's what it seemed like it's shaping out to be to me. Because something just don't add up right. Once a lot of people want to critique the ideal of dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America leaving America, actually, like I said, if it comes to that point, well, we got to, I hear these, insufficient, lacking sufficient questions or responses, rather to say, well, where you gonna go? What country? First of all, do you even do research of different countries? Have you even traveled outside of America to know the difference? Now you want to talk about don't believe what mass media say, for those of you once again in the pro-blackity black community, but at the same time, have your ass ever been out of America to go see things for yourself? This is like when the Nation of Islam taught Malcolm X all those years that Islam was only a black man's religion. But during his departure from the Nation of Islam, he took it upon himself to go over to Mecca to find out the difference in that. So, I mean, it's just like the same saying. Like Dr. Malachi C. York used to even say in his teachings, don't believe me, go check it out for yourself. Since you don't believe in the media and what they say about what goes on in different countries, even, or what they say about what goes on in different countries and social media. I know plenty of expats that are dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America that have left America, not only to go to Africa. I'm talking about they're off in places in Europe, Asia, even in Central America. Look at Nature Boy. For all of those of you that talk that Pan-African crap, you know what I'm saying? Or like y'all on this Garveyite concept of going back to Africa type thing. Well, I've yet to see any of y'all make a similar move like Nature Boy did when he went to Central America. At least he got himself and his flock up and got the hell out of America. None of you have even made that kind of attempt. So like I said before, when you make statements, you got to know what you're talking about. When you come, especially to me on this platform, you got to know what you're saying. You got to be able to bring concrete facts to back up what you're saying. And I ain't talking about through emotions and trying to argue or overtalk somebody. Intelligently be ready to bring facts to prove that an ideal for dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America should not leave America in the event that we may have to. Okay. prove this. Other than that, either get on this soul train of Operation Exodus Mississippi, which many of you who saw videos about this platform and what it's about know to be the best thing for us at this point as dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America. You know, so like I said, at the end of the day, wow, you know, man, right, true that, that's right, that's right, brother Taalik. Yeah, you know, yeah, because I mean, it's real. You know, you always talk this crap about, well, where you gonna go if you leave America? Well, ask yourself this. Because of the color of your skin, how do you know you're gonna be able to live tomorrow here in America? How about that? I mean, you know, for every, you know, soundingly redundant question or frivolous question that you bring to me, I can always return one back to you. Well as other intelligent questions or answers that need to be brought up. Okay? Because like I said, I don't have time for this bull crap. We playing too many games with our lives and our liberation as a people. You forgot Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Eric Garner, Ezell Ford, Ayanna Jones, Tamir Rice, and the list goes on and on. John Crawford, you know what I'm saying? You know, Luquan McDonald, you know, who's gonna be next? Huh? I mean, and then your boy, who's looking at a bleak future somewhere in the prison, sitting up in that Oval Office, worried for his own well-being, has given these idiots the passage rights to blow our heads off at any given opportunity, right time that they see fit. So, I mean, you know, we dealing with a serious reality here. You know, we ain't, this is for real. This ain't no game. So, you know, going back to where I began this video at, with that brother Afro Synergy, you know, that's also playing with our liberation. You know, because you can have some information that would explain to us, is it even feasible for us to go to Africa or not feasible for us to go to Africa? You know, if Africa will even be the right place or not for us to go to. See, you got that kind of information since you're entrenched, obviously, in Afrocentrism. You know, according to, you know, your background and analyzation of things going on with the world, okay? But like I said before, you could have been man enough to approach Brother Taalik and let him know that, hey, man, look, I can't do it. Flat out. And that'd have been the end of that. But you just left a brother in the dark completely. Now, I could see if you had more of a legitimate reason to leave a brother in the dark. I could see, once again, if you legitimately had a reason to leave a brother in the dark and not say nothing at all for certain precautional reasons or whatever. I could see that. But that wasn't the case in this matter. You made a mere promise that you was going to be on the hangout with us when we did this whole celebration of thing of Operation Exodus Mississippi last weekend. And like I said, you never showed up. I mean, you had this brother waste his time, resources, and energy putting your picture, advertising your picture on a video as being a part of this soul liberation celebration day. Don't tell, when people got to waste their time or resources to do something because you gave them a promise, you should rethink that before you make a promise. Because he could have used that energy and resource for something else more worthy than the promise that you did not uphold. You know, so like I said, and once again, going back to what I was saying, this brother defended you against Tommy Sotomayor, or how I pronounce his name, Tommy Sotomayor, who disrespected you. I mean, like I never seen nobody get totally dissed on social media ever. I mean, this is one of these crazy videos where this brother just straight went off on you, disrespected your manhood, like I say, even talking about your children, all that type of stuff. And this brother put himself on the line, out of all people, to defend you. And you couldn't even return that favor, at least, by upholding your promise that you was going to be on a hangout with us for this event of soul liberation, as far as us kicking off this Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign to promote it. And we were expecting you to be on the hangout with us. Well, I tell you this. This Operation Exodus Mississippi ideal, once it do get off the ground, you know, I mean, I wouldn't even want you even involved in anything initially that has to do with this platform. Because you showed that your word cannot be trusted. Just like other people who came to this platform have showed that their word is not worthy of trust. You know. So like I said before, you know, you need to really, you know, check yourself. And if somebody goes off on you again, please don't look to this platform to save you or to defend you in any kind of way. Because it's not going to happen. I mean, that was just cold-blooded, what you did. That was just really cold-blooded. You know, what kind of pro-black or Afrocentric, matter of fact, what type of kind of integrity or brotherhood do you even have just behind that action that you committed against this platform. You know, and this is not speaking out of anger or, you know, personal emotion. This is just coming from mere truth of the fact. Or like I said, why I can't rock with the conscious community. You know, and this is one of the things among quite a number of other things is why I can't do it. It's just that simple. And those of you who are in disagreement, hey, take it how you want, or like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad once say, take it or leave it. You know. And that's just simple as that. So you know, I'm going to you know, close out. And I would like to give a shout out again to my brother Taalik, who I see in the comment section. Yeah, keep spitting that truth, brother. That's right, they need to hear it. And those of you also who may be in the comment section and who may even see this video on Facebook or in the rest of YouTube land and social media. And I just wanted to get this out there because it needed to be heard. You know, and this is the reason why people are now becoming more questionable in terms of questioning the sincerity of people like Dr. Umar Johnson, Taalik, Sinetta, Polite, you know, Louis Farrakhan, you know, and people that defend them. Okay, people that defend them, who are obviously gullible, or defend them because they are on the same page as they are when it comes to the buffoonery and corruption, especially of capitalizing off the suffering of our people. And with that said, like I said, once again, I'm going to close out, and peace.